안녕하세요 여러분. 이번 시간에는 16과 Grammar 16.4 Giving and Offering, 드리다 같이 공부해요. or 주다 and 드리다, both of them are benefactive expressions, which means to do something for another's benefit. They represent that an action is done to benefit the recipient of the action. However, there are some differences in their usage. As for or 주다, it is used when the doer of the action is equal to or higher than the recipient of the action in the social hierarchy. Okay, equal to or higher in social hierarchy. For example, 제가 소피아한테 가방을 사주었어요. I, the subject, to Sophia, 소피아한테. So the Sophia is a recipient or receiver. 가방, bag, 사주었어요, which can be decomposed into 사 plus 주 plus 었어요, right? As you know, you're supposed to say 사주었어요, but is dropped because same two vowels are sequenced in a row, okay? The sentence means I bought a bag for Sophia, okay? The giver is I, and Sophia is a recipient or receiver, and they are equal in terms of social hierarchy because they are friends, okay? In this case, or 주다, benefactive form, must be used. In the second example, 아버지께서 저한테 가방을 사주셨어요. Unlike the first example, the second example has the subject, which is higher than social hierarchy than the recipient. So 아버지께서, father, the subject, 께서 is honorific counterpart of the subject particle, right? So father, the subject, 저한테, to me. So I is a recipient. 사주셨어요. Father bought me a bag. Father bought a bag for me. Okay. In this case, giver or doer of the action is 아버지, and the recipient is I. In terms of social hierarchy, 아버지 is higher than I. Makes sense? In this case, benefactive form is or 주시다. Okay, don't forget there is a she in between, in the middle, right? Because subject is occupied by the honorable person, 아버지. So the predicate must contain subject honorific marker, right? Good? So 주시다. On the other hand, or 드리다, which is honorific counterpart of 주다, it is used when the recipient is honorable person, who is higher in the social status than the doer of the action. For example, 제가 아버지께 가방을 사드렸어요. 자, I, the subject, 아버지께, to my father. Okay, so 아버지 is a recipient. 께 is honorific counterpart of 한테, right? To. 사드렸어요. This can be decomposed into 사 plus 드리 plus 었어요. You're supposed to say 사아드리다, but is omitted because same two vowels are sequenced in a row, right? 사드렸어요. The sentence means I bought a bag for my father. So the subject is the doer or giver, and the father is the receiver. In terms of social hierarchy, unlike the previous examples, in terms of social hierarchy, 아버지, recipient, is higher than the giver, the subject, I, right? In this case, the benefactive form used is or 드리다. Okay? Now let us summarize. Different forms of 주다 are provided in this table. The first case, plain form, 주다, is used when the giver and the subject is equal to recipient or receiver in terms of social hierarchy. For example, 유진이가 저한테 커피를 사주었습니다. Eugene, the subject, 저한테, to me, right? Eugene bought a cup of coffee for me. So Eugene is giver, right? And I is a recipient, and they are equal in social hierarchy because they are friends. In this case, 주다 form must be used. But when the giver in the subject is higher in social hierarchy than the recipient, then the benefactive form used is 주시다. Note that predicate contains she subject honorific marker because subject is honorable person. Look at the example. 선생님께서 저한테 점심을 사주셨습니다. 선생님, the subject, to me, lunch, bought. So teacher bought a lunch for me. and the 선생님 is a giver, and I is recipient, right? Right? And note that 선생님 is higher in the social hierarchy than I, so in this case, 주시다 or 주시다 benefactor form must be used. The third case, 드리다 form, it is used when the giver in the subject is lower in social hierarchy than the recipient of the action. Okay, this is the opposite case of the second one, right? Look at the example. 저는 어머니께 꽃을 사드렸습니다. I, the subject, 어머니께 to my mother, right? 꽃, flower, and 사드렸습니다. But I bought a bunch of flower for my mother. So I is a giver, 어머니 is a recipient. In this case, recipient is higher in social hierarchy than I, the subject, giver, right? Then 드리다 should be used. Make sense? The last case, 드리시다. Look at the example first. 어머니께서 할머니께 옷을 사드리셨습니다. The sentence means mother, the subject, bought a clothes for my grandmother. Here note that 어머니 is a giver and 할머니 is a recipient. And in terms of social hierarchy, 할머니 is higher because 할머니 must be older than 어머니. Makes sense? So 드리다 form is used as in the third case. But also at the same time, in terms of from the perspective of speaker, 어머니, 할머니, both of them are honorable person, right? Especially the subject position is occupied by the honorable person 어머니, so the speaker must show the respect to them, right? By adding subject honorific marker 시 to the predicate, so that you have the form 드리시다. Make sense? Good? 자, 우리 같이 연습해요. Complete the sentences with one of the verbs of giving in the box below. 주다, 주시다, 드리다, 드리시다. Use an appropriate suffix for each verb. Okay? I'll give you 10 minutes. After you finish it, come back to this video. 시작하세요. 자, 우리 같이 해봐요. 1번, 어머니께서 저한테 돈을 주셨어요. 그렇죠? 어머니께서 the subject, 저한테 to me, and gave money. My mother gave some money to me. 어머니 is a giver, and 저 is recipient, right? In terms of social hierarchy, 어머니 is higher than I, so 주시다 is the right benefactive form. Okay? 2번, 내가 동생한테 불고기를 만들어 주었어요. Okay? I, the subject, 동생한테 to younger sibling. So the younger sibling is a recipient. 불고기 만들어주다, make something for somebody. So the sentence means I made 불고기 for my younger sibling. So giver is I, recipient is 동생. And roughly they are equal in terms of social hierarchy. They are brother or sisters. Okay? So 주다 is the most appropriate form. Okay? 3번, 저기요, 할아버지께 물 좀 갖다 드리세요 or 드려주세요. Hey there, hello. 자, 할아버지께 to my grandfather, water, 갖다 드리다 is a compound verb, meaning to bring something to somebody. So sentence means, please bring some water to my grandfather, or could you bring some water to my grandfather? Okay. Note that this sentence can be used, this expression can be used in a restaurant. The speaker saying this to waitress. Okay. So there are actually at least 3 people are involved in this context. Speaker, or the waitress, and grandfather. Make sense? Good? Now also note that this sentence has no subject, but actually the subject is omitted, which is you. And you refers to waitress, right? So sentence means, could you bring some water to my grandfather, and you must be on waitress or someone like that, right? Good. And waitress is a giver, right? And 할아버지 is recipient. Makes sense? And in terms of social hierarchy, 할아버지 is higher than waitress. So that's why the predicate, the benefactor form used is 드리다. And also at the same time, the speaker is showing respect to the waitress. That's why the 세요 honorific plural ending is used. Good. And this is a case of 들이시다. Make sense? Okay, finally 4번 동생이 외할머니께 편지를 보내드렸어요. 자, my younger sibling 외할머니께 to grandmother letter 편지 letter 보내드렸어요. sent. My younger sibling sent a letter to grandmother. 동생 is a giver, 할머니 is a receiver, and definitely 외할머니 is higher in social hierarchy than younger sibling. Okay, so the right benefactive form is 드리다, and past tense polite form 드렸어요. Okay, 자 여기까지입니다. 우리 다음 비디오에서 만나요.